Y'all, everything just dropped. When I tell you we've got video on video on video about what just went down, this is going to be one heck of a busy few days. And what we're going to cover right now is all about how the Politico, the far left Politico, the balloon launching, floating Politico for the Democrats, just came out and openly admitted that the Democrats are viewed as weak and, what was it? Woke from the working class. Guys, this is a big freaking deal. Everything will be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on as we grind towards saving this country together. Let's get it. All right, you can follow me on X at Braden LOA. I'm going to dive right in. I'm not going to bury the lead on you because this is important. This is coming from Politico this morning, okay? Working class voters think Dems are woke and weak, new research finds. Now, come here real quick. I'm going to walk you through something while I set this up. You have to understand that everything that we're going to start covering means nothing if you do not vote, if you are not active, if you are not actively participating in saving our country together through your voting and your actions and your sharing of content like this. Because what we're about to walk through is exactly why we are beating the people who do not love this country. Okay? Everything right here is directly a result of you being involved. Now, that being said, let's have some fun. Check this out. Working class voters think Dems are woke and weak, new research finds. And this is not the research that I've already covered for you in multiple different videos over the last several months. This is the newest. It was released this morning, November 2nd. Okay? I'm going to dive through a few of these points, but you need to watch this entire video because there are some Easter eggs in here and we're going to tear it apart because, guys, this is why and how you win if you apply the energy. Let's get it. All right. Working class voters see Democrats as woke and weak and out of touch. Yeah, that checks out. And 6 in 10 have a negative view of the party, concluded a frank internal assessment of the hole the party finds itself in. Now, this checks with everything that we've been talking about, the delegation of the Democrats and their world ideology and worldview to a eye roll. That's right now. 6 out of 10 people in the working class think they're annoying and they're weak, woke, and out of touch. Yeah. Do you think they're going to split from this? And in fact, I'm going to hit something real quick in a second once I set this up a little bit more to tie this whole thing and give you some perspective. The 9-month, 21-state research project is the latest in a wave of postmortems and data dives aimed at solving the Democratic Party's electoral challenges after their sweeping losses in 2024. Now, keep in mind, when you hear woke, weak, and out of touch, that is directly related to the civil war inside the Dems soul for their party, the battle for the Dems soul of the party, from the far left progressives to the moderate Democrats, or they call themselves the moderate, the middle, the establishment, okay? What you're talking about right now is two different worldviews getting attacked inside the exact same report, inside the same party. They cannot coexist. Keep that in mind as we go forward, because it's about to start hitting the fan. Initial feedback is grim. Working class voters don't see Democrats as strong or patriotic. Yeah. While Republicans represent safety and strength for them, these voters, quote, can't name what Democrats stand for other than being against Donald Trump, according to the report. The Democratic brand is suffering as working class voters see the party as too focused on social issues and not nearly focused enough on the economic issues that impact everyone every day, the report said. Now, this goes to what I was just telling you guys. We're the cutting edge because we've been talking about this consistently, and they're just now figuring out through data resources that what we've been saying collectively, you and I talking together in the comments and chats for 9 months now. Anyway, let's continue. Too focused on social issues means things like LGBTQ, means things like trans issues in sports and all those pieces. Immigration, spending reform, healthcare reform, taxes on millionaires and billionaires. You know, that little fight oligarchy tour that AOC and Bernie Sanders went on where you had old stale bread and tahini going out there and really spicing up the crowd. That's only the far left progressive wing. Those are not Democrat Identity Party individuals. That's the point. They are splitting. There is the fight oligarchy, social issues, trans issues, spending, billionaires, healthcare, and then there's the Democrats who think they're too crazy. There's going to be a split. They cannot coincide with each other because the progressive wing side, they attack anybody who does not believe enough with them at their purity test. This is only a matter of time. It is an internal bomb. All right, let's keep on going. Other center-left groups post-mortems drew similar conclusions about the depths of the problem for Democrats, facing in repairing their brand, as well as urging the party to sidestep social issues and prioritize economic concerns. But even as the report calls for a proactive policy agenda, it's not clear what the detailed policy agenda might be. They are pot committed to the culture war, trans, say the right word, they, them, millionaire, billionaire oligarchy tour because they do not have policies. Their whole policy is hate one guy and everything he stands for. It is not, here's my vision for the country. What that means is you have the opportunity to put the throttle to the floor and take your country back. The next generations behind this are literally the most red in the history of the nation. These people can't figure out how to get away from the far left, insane, redefine everything, they, them stuff because the other side is talking about issues that actually relate to them, the voters. Let's keep on going. Guys, I'm telling you, this is over the target. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments yourselves. Trump's job approval rating among the surveyed working class voters who backed him by 7 points in 2024 is even. Hasn't moved. Still, these same voters only gave Republicans a 2-point edge heading into 2026. Again, they still have a 2-point advantage going into 2026. It's because the Democrats are too crazy. We've been talking about this. The AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Bernie Sanders wing of the Democratic left are going to drive the party into the doldrums of irrelevancy. It's going to happen. But in the report, their surveys found that a candidate focused on taking on big corporations and wealthy received 43%. This is so pivotal. This is the Easter egg. While a candidate focused on fixing the economy so those who work hard can get ahead earned 52%. Come here. Do you understand what that means? That means that the destroy and burn everything, soak the rich only gets 43%, but the candidate that says let's build everything up and work together to get everyone ahead gets 52%. These two things represent the two wings of the Democrat Party. The progressive woke AOC, tahini, spicy side, that's the progressive left. Bring everything else down to make it even. The other Democrats who are middle of the road establishment kind of vibe, they want to attempt to bring everyone else out to even the playing field. There's a difference. They're both crap sandwiches to me, but the far left progressive wants to tear everything down like socialists do to bring down an equal level distribution of bullshit. And then over here on the other side, there's a little bit of way to put the thumb on the scale for those who are disadvantaged. That's literally it. But a bigger proportion of the Democrat voters want someone who will bring them up versus tear others down. That is one of the most pivotal points of this entire thing. Let's keep on going. Not one person in all of our focus groups mentioned the word oligarchy because they don't care. These respondents aspire to wealth, Landry added, but absolutely feel like wealthy people who are using the tax system to not pay their fair share was a very serious problem. They aspire to wealth. Guys, we are at 8 minutes in this video. I hope you are watching because it's about to get real fun. The Democrat working class voters want to aspire to success, not tear everyone else down. You just literally, completely and totally made irrelevant the far left wing of the progressive socialist class of the Democrat Party. But working class voters need to know Democrats respect people who build wealth and are not looking to punish them. Guys, this does not jive with the far left progressive push you're seeing in the mainline progressive left. It does not jive. If most of the working class voters want everyone to succeed and do not punish wealth for their hard work, that means they're damn near Republicans. This is why they're losing. The report identified two areas of particular weakness for Democrats: transgender rights and immigration. Guys, we are going to hit this and hit this and hit this because this is where the magic is. This is why you are winning. The far left is too worried about that, transgender rights, immigration, and oligarchy, and everybody else, the Republicans and the establishment Democrats, are trying to go towards, yeah, everyone be successful and drive for wealth, but at the same time, it's not always fair. It's different degrees. The far left progressive just wants to burn everything to the ground because the nation is established on unfair principles. That's the whole idea. It's an ideology of destruction. That's why it's not being successful. But it also found 1/3 of independents would much more likely to support Democrats if they said transgender women should not play in women's sports, the second highest testing message in swaying these voters. All they got to do is get rid of the transgender stuff and Democrats will probably start to win again. That's it. But they won't do it. So if you have this kind of data right in front of your face and you're not doing it, what would be the reason for that? Because you're too afraid of the far left, aggressive, progressive, woke, socialist wing of your party because they're going to attack you for not being pure enough on your individual litmus test issue. That's what's going to happen. The far left and the moderate establishment Democrat is going to clash in an epic clash. And one of them is going to be kicked out of the party because these two worldviews do not jive together. It is impossible. And that's why you're going to take full advantage and win all the day long. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think this is incredibly important. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. Later.